Good morning, everyone, and welcome to hopefully what is the final Avowed stream. We're in the home stretch. Don't know how long this is gonna last, so yeah, we're kind of just throwing stuff at the wall, and hopefully, this is the end. This is the end. I'm putting my foot down. This is the end. We're gonna do this. We are gonna do this. Let's not waste time, eh? Go to the side of you very much like a slug. See, normally if I didn't have stuff to do, I probably would have finished this game in a whole weekend. Probably could have. Probably could have. No, shit just gets in the way.
Abadal's prison, I think. What else could it be? Time to shut it down forever.
Let's look around. There's got to be a mechanism somewhere around here.
I completely missed that. Oh, we're not going that way. That was a much tougher fight than the other main folk.
Careful with that thing. It's a mind of its own. I'm rooting for the skeletons. Let's go.
My turn. Nice shot.
No, sorry, Amara. Not interested. Sorry.
Deserved. So, this is how you imprison a god.
Keep your guard up. We gotta live to tell this tale.
We've got company. Never had a chance.
so long. You are so small. We questioned if you were real. Then steps. A voice. Through armies and corrupted soil, you persevered. Now, you are here.
Yes, here to stop the dream scourge. There's not much time.
The rot. We feel it festering and spreading. What is it but an extension of our pain? Your dream scourge will end when our suffering does. We were innocent once. We woke, and we wanted nothing but connection. But the other gods imprisoned us, left us to suffer alone in this place. But you are here now. You found us, a sprout in the endless winter. There is little time. We would be freed from these bonds. The stranger is close now. We feel her wire against our flesh.
You mean Boudica?
She begs for our blood. Her wolves defile the city on the shore.
Wait, somebody have a parodies?
Blood on the tile. The people's cries ring in our ears. She pierces us now. Now we will not brook this. Not again. A spark. Wait. The essence bends here. Time flows into itself. You can reach her. Will the garden to open. It will take you there.
What do I do? How?
Breathe. Focus. Shape the essence with your hands. We were everything. What have we lost? What multitudes could we contain? We could run, leap in the water, flourish in forgotten hills. We want nothing more than that. We mourn our past. We only seek peace now. A chance to regrow.
The only way I can set you free is if you truly want to change.
We trust you. You who have been by our side for so long. You met death, and you offered your hand.
You go for finding something bigger than me.
You taught us mercy. Always mercy. We saw how you would fight for those who could not. Give us peace. We want a chance to change. We deserve that opportunity.
If you can promise you'll be better.
Do you think we have learned nothing from you? We deserve more than this prison. Let us out. Or do you have no more mercy for us than you did for the bear?
I had no choice but to deal with that monster.
The beautiful thing you killed. Already you have forgotten. We asked what you would do with an animal that sickened after a fight. Do you remember what you said?
put the poor thing down so it doesn't cause harm to itself or anyone else.
Then let us die. We would offer a beast and the world mercy from its pain. Grant us the same. The time has come for you to act. End our pain, and the dream scourge will cease. Give us peace. It is all we have wanted for so long.
I'll free you. Show me how.
Center your thoughts. Reach for us. Clear the fog. Tear down the gates. We were so blind, so lost. We brought such horrors to this place. We feel bright. We had forgotten what it is to live. We will grow, tend, flower. We will always remember this. We will remember you when you are ash and soil and mulch.
That's a bit yeah, that doesn't sound too good. They're like supper that one's dead and one alive. Hang on a sec, I'm going to close these blinds a bit because that sun is coming in.
Chandra's depths.
That's a bit better.
Paradise. What happened here?
Gods, I can't believe this.
We should get down there quickly. Make sure we don't miss.
Are we back in Dawnshore? Already?
This is Sapadal's doing. I'm certain of it. No power in Aora could transport us so quickly, or so far.
Back to the beginning where it all started.
What happened to the living land started long ago, and we're going to finish it.
Ah, are you seeing this? I don't think Paradise looked like this when we left it.
Looks like the war already started, and the giant roots are winning.
Marius, vines don't usually get that big this quickly, do they?
Based on their growth and size, I'd say we've been gone 2 or 3 weeks.
Time flowed quicker in the garden. Giotto's right.
For once, I wish I wasn't. Who knows if the garden affected time, or merely our perception of time? Assuming there's even a difference.
It's like how a body fights an infection. The fever gives you strange dreams that Feel like an eternity.
Look at this place. Feels like we're still in the dream. And not just us. Those are more of your people's ships in the harbor. And steel garrote banners past the barricades. That can't be good.
Even Raingrim is here. Perhaps we get to see an Archmage in action.
I think I see Elia as well. What a strange reunion this will be.
The Blessed Day Wardens are here too. That conflict we've been trying so hard to prevent started without us.
Master Hiralard must know something about this.
If he didn't start this himself.
The Steel Garrote have been itching for a fight this whole time. This would have happened with or without us.
Before we go, what happened back there with the Dream Scourge and Sapado?
I freed Sapado for breathing. The Dream Scourge is over.
I'm not sure. That's good, right?
It's a relief that the Dream Scourge won't be a problem. I only hope we can say the same about Sapado. Time will tell, I suppose.
After all this time, they're free. And the living land is free to heal.
We've cured the land and we've even freed a caged god. All in all, rather a successful day.
Maybe that'll help us in return.
Kid and God entwine. The flower shades the soil in which...
Please stop talking in riddles.
We should take a look. See if we can get ahead of whatever storm is brewing down there.
People seem to be gathering west of here. Whatever's happening, let's be a part of it.
If we make it out of this,
The Garrote, look what they've done. They marched in with no warning. I couldn't think. I just ran.
Easy. You're here now. Where did they come from?
Envoy, what does the Garrote think they're doing?
Reverse shows us.
What's the point of exploring if you just want to plant your flag everywhere? They broke some glass, but the map is safe. They didn't think I was worth the trouble.
Right now, that's a good thing.
If you're looking for survivors, a few of us fled to the Balrog.
How many?
I'm not sure. I saw Sapiento. God, I hope they're not trapped in there. I am sorry I can't be more help.
You can thank me in your next book. How does that sound?
On the very first page.
We should move. Let's hope the Garrote hasn't made it to the Balrog yet.
Envoy, wait! Before you go, I may have something for you. I took some supplies when I ran. If you think they'll help, they're yours. I'll even give you a disc.
Hang on. I gotta fucking close this because, man, this sun is coming in. That's a strong sun.
Here.
It's gotta be Ringgrim's work. I heard she made it snow in Shatterscarp.
A familiar face. We meet again, Envoy. Paradise burns, thanks to Ludwig and the Steel Garrote laying siege to it. But the Dream Scourge is gone.
Wow, I killed Ludwig at Mount Fjordur.
It wouldn't be the first time she's come back.
It's remarkable how hard you mortals fight for causes that'll be forgotten within centuries. Still, I do think the world has been irrevocably, if minimally, changed by your actions. Perhaps a new god being set loose on the world is certain to have consequences. Mostly, I'm curious about whether you think you've made the right choice.
I'm certain I did.
Ah, that mortal zeal. Always so fun. We will see if you're correct. I am interested in seeing the outcome of your story, Envoy. With luck, it won't end with you also on fire.
Hope it ends in a long nap of some excellent food.
Unfortunately, you'll likely be dead the next time I return to the Living Lands. Goodbye, Envoy. And Yardsley, I do look forward to when all of this is done. I am eager to work with you.
Oh, yes. We'll, discuss that later.
Envoy, how good to see you here as we stand together at the brink of this historic event. I don't know if thank you is precisely what I want to say, but I am grateful to you for bringing Dolna's theft to light. Paradise burns from the torches of the Steel Garrote. The people of the Living Lands stand ready to defend their home.
There's simply been no victory in my books.
Yes. What happens in Paradise now will decide the fate of the Parkrunen after all.
What's the plan if Paradise falls?
We will find a way to persevere. We Parkrunen have a gift for surviving inhospitable conditions, and always have. Whatever the outcome of the upcoming battle, do not forget us. I fear that more than our deaths. If Edir and the Steel Garrote have their way, they'll strip the history books of any mention of our culture and our ways. Future generations will only ever know us as an appendage of the Empire. I hope it doesn't come to
that. They won't come to pass, I promise.
I hope so, Envoy. I truly do. That's as much as I'll say. You have a role in deciding what happens next. Do the right thing, Envoy. Let history remember you for the correct reasons.
Giada, where have you been? Envoy, I knew you'd show up eventually.
How is Emerald Stair? More importantly, how are you?
Thriving on both counts, I'm happy to report. My revenants were very happy in Paradise until the Steel Garrote stepped out of line. When I heard tensions were brewing, I thought to myself, This is a job for the undead. So I gathered the flock.
Good. Good thing us.
Likewise. I'll keep them on a tight leash, just in case the steel garrote breach our defenses. Better to have them and not need them. Oh, and I've been meaning to thank you. Whatever you did in the garden seems to have worked. Emerald's there is healing, believe it or not. Once this is over, our crops will flourish like never before. Indeed. The metaphysical currents of the living lands are beginning to settle. Best of luck out there. And don't worry about a thing. My flock will keep us safe and secure.
Thank you, Alia. My compliments to the flock, as always.
I wasn't worried until she said that. Let's get out of here.
We know you. Did you help us? We must have seen you.
I thought Helena would be safer if she were here with me.
We see clearly now. The clouds part and the sun shines. Was this you? Polska Sagrada.
As prepared as he'll ever be.
If anyone knows how to deal with those damned roots, it's us.
Gods. It's a lot of bodies.
If you're wounded, find a place to lie down. If I seem distracted, I apologize. I'm tending to the fallen, as you can see.
I suppose you come across Ludwin.
I've seen plenty of her handiwork, though she doesn't leave much to sew back together. Unfortunately, my hands are full with the dying and the dead, and there's too many of both. If I don't get any sleep, I might be the...
Thank you if the dead will understand.
I'll do my best. Just pray that you don't end up in one of my cots.
Time enough to rest when this is over. However it ends.
They don't need this anymore. Die.
I don't want to go to Yezma. Sure will miss that oasis, though.
As soon as my gun's cleaned, I'll get out there. Can't risk a jam on the battlefield. The living lands needs me. That's what Temerty said. If this is how I repay my debt to her for killing the man in her lighthouse, so be it. I thought I'd feel different. Ko is still dead, and it's still just me. I've just got to prove to Temerty that I'm more than a smuggler, more than a killer.
Hey.
Just as soon as I finish all this killing.
She killed the captain? Warden Redut.
Envoy, how did you... I don't know.
It's great to see you again, but where the fuck did you come from?
You just appeared out of nowhere.
Never mind. Guessing you two work everything out between you.
Close enough.
Once word about Paradis reached us, we were allowed to go.
That's not important right now, Radut.
Right. Forgive me, Envoy. I won't keep you long. I just want to make one request while you're here. As much as you can, be good to the living lands.
I promise.
I'm holding you to your word, Envoy. Don't fuck us over.
When we strike as one crewman, we strike as one.
Warden
Do
Petru.
not allow your differences to blind you to the real threat.
trust your comrades. We will lead each other to victory.
So, here we are. The first and last battle for the living lands. If the garden didn't kill us, I don't think anything can. Metaphysically, the battle is already over. Sapadal is free, and the Dream Scourge is gone. But politically, we have a small mess to tidy up. I intend to send a message to the Steel Garrote, and it won't be subtle. Anyway, who knows what tomorrow will bring, so let's be grateful for today. You've earned a little peace of mind.
I'll settle for one dreamless night under the stars.
Get some rest then. Besides, I need to tinker on the phantasmal focus. Make sure it's ready for war. Don't stay up too late. What do you... Neither can I. I never used to believe in destiny. All of that was before. What are the odds that you and I meet? And after a series of mishaps, I learned the truth about my family's past?
About as good as the odds of an animator piling up in a deer and beaver cat.
Once in a lifetime, at best. I don't know if that was destiny at work, but it feels whatever you choose to call it. A coincidence. Let's appreciate it for what it is. If I must. We should take a moment to acknowledge what happened back there. You liberated the god of the living lands. Now they are unchained, free to do whatever they want. That's quite a gamble you made.
I trust Saboteur to do the right thing.
I admire your confidence. If not for you, Sapadal would still be pacing their cage like a wild animal. Which means you have leverage over a god. How do you plan on using it?
Use it to make a better living lands.
That's a lot of responsibility. Sapadal's imprisonment shaped this island. Now that everything's changed, we cannot know if the living lands will normalize or destabilize as a result of our actions.
I'm sure it'll be fine. Either way, things cannot continue as they have.
For better or worse, change is inevitable. Maybe you'll find some comfort in prayer, now that one of the gods is listening. I hope you don't mind me bringing it up.
For you, anything.
You're too kind. I want you to know this has been an unforgettable experience. Wherever we go from here, I'm grateful to have been a part of it. Until next time. What are you... Until next time.
There you are, Envoy. You ready for this?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Understood. Same here. I guess it helps we have a god on our side, right? I mean, a god beats a skeleton knight any day. This is just cleanup. Just figuring out who controls the living lands from here out.
This is just politics.
Someone once told me that war is just applied politics. Never really understood what that meant.
Anyway, you should get some rest.
You don't want to hear my speeches?
It's not that I don't want to. It's that I'd just rather not. Talk to you later, Envoy.
I'll keep watch. Get all the rest you need.
We really must stop meeting like this. People will talk. These sudden changes in climate. Does Adir have good fur maintenance products? Do you
I would have thought you had a full routine by this time in your life.
Unfortunately, your clumsy countrymen ruined my entire stock of ointments when they were trying to burn my house down. And I'll remember that comment. Truly, just a good long brushing through all my fur alone would do wonders. I've got some time before we see Quilici again, at least. It'll give me time to find something to remind him of what he's missing.
So you and Khaleesi are quite the conventional couple.
In life, you make your own entertainment. I enjoy scandalizing the small-minded when I can. Quilici and I got used to the stairs early on. Thankfully, at least in Fjord, those stopped eventually. After 30 years, it's hard to still be surprised by us just drinking at the Magpie.
When did Gianna enter the picture?
Oh, she was still young. Quilici offered to help her study for and prepare her thesis as a favor to her parents. She was over day and night for months, and, well, now she's family. We adore her. All things considered, it's hard to complain about my life in Fjord.
Everything's been perfect since then?
No, of course not. No one is perfect, but I forgive him many vices. Like, he sleeps with his socks on.
You two are adorable, you know that?
You're too sweet. As much as I enjoy our little chats, dearie, we should really get going. Oh, but if you do end up finding any liniments, be sure to help a girl out. Always a Marius, dear. How are you feeling?
From one battlefield to another, eh? Dream thralls and now this.
It's not surrender.
Suit me.
We should all choose.
This place won't be safe for adherents for decades. Even if she wins.
Say that to the dead. How desperate do you think we are? You might as well hand us a declaration.
Envoy? Is it really you? Mihala told us you went into some place called the Garden to seek a god?
When you didn't return, we took you for dead.
Did you meet your god there? The one whose marks you bear?
It's too preposterous to believe. How could a plague be ended by speaking with a god?
Everyone, please, please. We could get to the bottom of this if you would only let them speak.
It's been weeks, Envoy. What happened?
I met the god of the living lands and freed them.
Sapadal was responsible for the Dream Scourge. Their rage, their confusion, their fear.
So you say. But Shatterscarp is still littered with dream thralls, and Temerty is still pacing her room, muttering in the dark.
There won't be any new infections. We've put a stop to that for good. Unfortunately, there's little we can do for those already in the grip of the Dream Scourge. We can give them comfort, nothing more. This will be a process. The Dream Scourge was never going to simply go away overnight.
I suppose it stands to reason. I found that a quick fix is often anything but. What of this god, then?
Okay, yeah, I'll give it I'll consider it.
Then?
Sabotage the god of the godless and the god of living lands.
Ludwig had intimated that this land grew a new god. But how can that be?
The gods are the gods. They are the foundation upon which our world is built. You can no more build a new god than you can create a new world. The very notion is preposterous.
Preposterous or not, it's happened. The godless yearned to build something new. And over hundreds of years, they did. A god. I suspect this god of theirs, Sapadal, was created from Echedan souls. Wodka no doubt saw Sapadal as a threat to her authority. So, she killed the godless and imprisoned their god.
I assume it is this god we have to thank for the roots tearing apart Paradise? They erupted from the earth the moment those bastards stood up their first siege tower.
We were no stranger to them in Fior Mesiverno. They harrowed our fields, tore our homes in half.
Similar roots had infected the structures at Naku Kubel. If they and the Dream Scourge were really the work of a god, and the gods thought it best to imprison this god, how could you let such a creature go free?
Sabotage was afraid of them during an invasion of Wodka's return. They didn't mean to hurt us.
For now. Who's to say they don't get their feathers in a ruff again and wipe us all out with a tsunami?
First the Stilgarrote, now a rogue god. Is there no place safe from turmoil in all the living lands?
Having Sapadal at our beck and call might be to our advantage. I'd like to see Rawatai try to stand toe-to-toe against a god.
Keeping watch over Sapadal was a sacred task Nandru gave us when he left. For that reason alone, my wardens owe them their allegiance.
Well, whatever happens, I suppose we can't put the godling back in the bottle now. But come, we have more pressing matters to attend to. The Steel Garrote have attacked Paradise. Inquisitor Ludwig has already joined the battle. She must have traveled like the wind to get here so fast.
I distinctly remember killing Ludwig on top of Mount Fjorja.
You did. I kicked her corpse when you weren't looking. Just to be sure.
Well, she's seen better days. But you wouldn't know it, judging by how she fights.
Ludwig's run through the militia like a whirlwind.
All right, let's keep the similes to ourselves.
Man, when I go anywhere, she's really waiting for me.
A bit like you're being haunted, isn't it? Or cursed. But that's your affair. So long as her passion for Wodka lives, so too will her spirit.
Then we destroy her faith, and the rest of her will follow. I have a theory about this. Let's talk at camp if you want to hear it. But I think we can kill her.
Oh, good. That'll be easy.
It is not, I think, impossible. Well, you might not believe me, I didn't want any of this to happen. It was Ludwine who called for the attack.
I didn't hear an answer, Ambassador.
She and her steel garrote laid siege to the city shortly after you beat her to the garden. The lawful settlement of a new Adiran colony, supposedly. Or the establishment of a Woedican state. She could win with a godlike in her ranks. Your presence would serve as a powerful endorsement.
That fucking chance of that.
Somewhere inside that hollow head of hers, I believe she always hoped she'd turn you to her side. Remember, she has an obligation to Woedica, a solemn oath. And neither the Steel Garrote nor the queen that was look kindly upon oathbreakers.
Thirdborn still suffers from the Dream Scourge. Though you may have ended the plague, Envoy, many in Shatterscarp still are not themselves. I could bring no more than a handful when we heard.
Likewise, my wardens are still reeling from effects of the eruption. The keep was saved, but there is much to repair, particularly if we are to endure a siege. Most of my men remain at the keep. I can't risk them against the Steel Garrote for the sake of Paradise, not when we are so few.
Well, it's been a point of debate. We can't agree on how to stand against the Steel Garrote, nor who should lead the effort.
There are too few of us to risk an uncoordinated effort.
So you let the Paradise militia go it alone? Even if our meager forces should make it inside, the siege won't end until Ludwine does. And none of you know how to kill her. Precisely.
Because a victory here would discourage resistance elsewhere. The better question is, why didn't you stop her?
Excuse me? She's a 7-foot-tall skeleton powered by her devotion to the goddess of retribution. This isn't my fault.
Sure. Just blame the dead woman. Very mature.
Who else should I blame exactly? Our envoy, perhaps? For not stopping Ludwine and the Tusks?
You could start with blaming your own incompetence.
No.
Why are you treating him with kid gloves when Paradise
Enough. I've heard your concerns. We cannot change it now.
Guy's scared of her. I'm scared of her.
Convinced the living lands would unite against Adir that she's nearly made it true. One people, one law, one true God. What passes between Ludwine and her men, or between Ludwine and the Emperor, but if I had to guess, this was the alternative.
Is this what the Emperor wants?
The Inquisitor answers only to Woedica. In attacking Paradise, she has dragged us all far beyond the bounds of the Emperor's desires.
I can't wait to see how you weasel out of this one.
I know it will. We are leading by example. Returning order and dignity to Paradise in the wake of the Clavager's death. We will do the same to the frontier, given the chance.
Where was order and dignity when the Steel Garrote attacked my home?
My administration had nothing to do with that, as I know you know. Adiran rule and rule by the Steel Garrote would be markedly different beasts.
Spoken like a fucking diplomat. Splitting hairs when it all comes from the same head.
Order and dignity. That's what you think we're missing? Bastards! All of you!
Isn't Paradise, its port, its trade, enough for you?
I've answered your questions. Now I would like you, all of you, to answer mine. Ludwine has sent a message to the Emperor informing him of her attack. He will send advisors and reinforcements swiftly in response. What will his representatives find when they arrive? A new colony? A budding grave room? Before you face Ludwine, You should know what you're fighting for. All of you must decide, together. But whatever you decide, understand, the days of the frontier are done. Adir will come. Indeed, we are already here.
I don't know, how about United Living Lands? Why are you and I involved in this decision?
Great question.
You have seen more of this land and met more of its people than any of us. You were empowered by the Emperor himself to investigate an impossible problem. And against the odds, you solved it. You are the close personal friend of a rogue god. And in our dealings together, I found you to be a person of substance and conviction. But mostly, it's because you're a Diran, so I trust you. These fine people here are going to do whatever they like if they don't agree with you anyway.
I don't know, how about United Living Lands?
Oh, Envoy, no. Do not suggest that lightly. Think of the Emperor. There would be reprisals. Ones which this conclave could not survive, fractured as you are. Not unless you came together and formed a nation of your own. It would be difficult. No, impossible. I'm certain you would fail. Think of your people, all of you. Think of the lives at stake.
We deserve our autonomy, even if we must fight for it. Anything less would be surrender.
Fleeing someone else's laws and authority is one thing. Setting up your own is another. We're an island of misfits and dissidents. We'll still have to surrender some of our autonomy, and we won't agree on what that means overnight. We'll be vulnerable. Without allies, other powers will see us as ripe for the picking. Know that this is a hard road to walk.
We were fine before Adir came. We'll be fine when they're gone.
I think we ran things perfectly fine before your kin got here.
Rest into bounty. Does the winter frost dissuade the seeds? Many fruits on our boughs. We graft many leaves into strength.
Though I'm hardly eager to work with any of you. I like the idea of twisting beneath Adir's boot heel, even less. So long as the Wardens can continue our vigil, I'm open to uniting, if you are.
Thirdborn alone couldn't stand against the storm, but the might of all of us, together, we could deter any but the most fearsome adversaries. And that's what cannons are for.
If we do this, I fear the Empire will revenge themselves on us with cruelty and hellfire. And the home my people nearly lost will finally be destroyed. But if this is what this conclave wants, then Fior will stand beside you.
Of course. Well, don't leave me in suspense.
I believe we should fight for United Living Lands.
Oh, gods have mercy.
Solus and her Wardens stand vigil with the living lands.
You can count on Thirdborn. Our cannons stand with the living lands.
If this is what you all agree is best, the people of Fior stand with the living lands.
We deserve this opportunity. Thank you for believing in us.
Fighting a battle together is easy. I just hope everyone's willing to stick it out when it comes to the politics.
God, they made the right decision for once.
Finally, Some sense permeates the proceedings.
On your head be the consequences. That leaves the matter of Ludwine and the Steel Garrote. She will never surrender, Envoy. You must kill her, or we will lose Paradis, and eventually the island.
I defend Paradis for my life if it means the wheel.
The living lands will never be free until we break the chain around our necks.
She better say her goodbyes while she can.
I'm proud to fight at your side, On.
Let's get to work then. Get away.
The Paradis militia will be at your back. Give her no quarter. The future waits for you.
You're more than worth it. Now go. No doubt the Inquisitor grows impatient for the hunt.
Show them that the living lands will not be broken across Vodka's knee.
Gather your forces and secure the eastern gate. From there, take back the main... Gods be with you.
Let's take back the city together. Show the...
Time to stop the Steel Garrote.
And guys, just gonna go to the toilet very quickly. Let's go to the camp.
Can't sleep? Neither can I. We're going into battle for the soul of the living lands, rallying under the banners of the Paradis militia. Your Emperor will not be pleased.
I have influence in the court. My report in living lands will change minds.
Political influence is dangerous. If you aren't careful, it can turn against you. When a godlike fights in battle, people take note of which side. The Adherents will doubt your loyalty. The locals will doubt your commitment. You may even doubt yourself. This is the first time you are told to pick a side. And I fear it won't be the last.
You accepted me for who I am. I can't forget that.
All we ask in return is that you do the same for us. From what I understand, your ambassador is very persuasive, very powerful, and very accustomed to getting his way. For a politician like him, losing a battle is not a defeat. It's an opportunity. When he promises you the world, don't listen. He'll fill your head with lies if you let him. I'm glad we understand each other. It's good to see you fighting for the misfits and rabble-rousers. Time for you to get some rest.
Are you concerned?
In truth, I'm not as worried as I used to be. I've been thinking about the Inquisitor. Formulating a theory, you might say. A Death Guard clings to their existence by force of will. Stubbornness, unfinished business, that sort of thing. Ludwig is held together by faith, and that may be her undoing. Faith is the foundation of her reality. Faith in the righteousness of the gods. But according to her faith, Sapadal should not exist. A new god independent of hers? Blasphemy. By that logic, you shouldn't exist either. And yet here you are.
Oh yeah.
By staying alive, of course. You are the godlike of a heretical god. A contradiction to her reality. Can you imagine how much she needs you to die? Her entire worldview depends on it. Who knows? Maybe that uncertainty is enough to make her mortal again. Or maybe not. I'm just theorizing as I go. Whatever happens, I want to see it for myself. For the research. When I agreed to travel, so imagine my surprise when you gave the Living Lands a chance to unite, to prove itself, and to stand tall before its enemies. Granted, it was an uphill climb, but thanks to our struggle, the island finally knows itself. I can't wait to see what we... Agreed. We fought hard just to defend what's ours. But to answer your question... Is it really that tough? No matter who wins or loses, in my heart I know that's a good thing. Life is impossible. I just want to put this behind us. Not before I've done some reading.
You should get some sleep.
I can never sleep before a battle.
Makes sense. It's a lot to think about. I've been in a lot of dangerous situations, but it's always been a fight to survive. It's just a fight. Putting my life on the line for someone else's cause. It's the opposite of survival. It's foolishness.
Sometimes it's
You know, I've never seen a bear go to war. They fight for survival. We're about to go out there and risk our lives for what? A concept of how things ought to be? We might die, all to determine who sleeps in the nicest house in Paradise until the island decides it's time for a change. It's fine. Really. But it's a blessed... Right. Careful you don't get stuck in all that set.
I can't wait to give the Steel Garrote a piece of my mind.
The ogre has been an absolute menace to the Steel Garrote. I mean, good, if anyone deserves me.
But keep your voice down, will you? I don't want him to realize I'm here and introduce me to his club.
Oh, it's you again. Do you follow trouble around, or is it vice versa? What are you doing here? Do you want something? I'm not going to be here long enough to need those tips. No offense to Paradise, but I think I'm ready to go home now.
Stay safe.
I plan to. Well, seems like you're... Good luck on...
No! Next one's mine! Just like the good old days.
Let the worst come. I am ready.
Max level.
you doing here? I thought you left town weeks ago. About time. You're the only one Ludwig will listen to.
Is everyone from the mermaids then alright?
Of course. We came here first. I had to pull Nasha away from pouring hot oil off the roof. Listen, one of the Garot's units is scouting up ahead, maybe 5 strong. I wouldn't want to fight them if I were you. Take this key. It'll unlock the gate to the canals. You can thank the captain who forgot it.
No change, Juliana.
Why should I? It's always worked before. I wish someone had stood up to the Steel Garot a long time ago. But, well, you're here now. That's what matters. Good luck.
We should go now, while the fighting's died down.
I'd like to see the girl. Can you not hear the screaming outside?
She's right. We can't go now. Then when? Then when? Am I ever glad to see you?
I don't see an entrance to the canal, so I guess we're gonna keep going forward.
I heard found you.
Here we go.
Enemy at your back.
Over here. What exactly do you think you're doing?
Liviana, don't you ever take a break?
You nearly died in my clinic. Correction, you did die. And now look at you, fighting the Steel Garot. What have you got to say for yourself?
Nice to see you too.
Well, at least you're alive. Try and keep it that way. Kai, is this your doing?
Come on. I couldn't have kept him out of the action if I wanted to.
I knew you were a bad influence. We're patching up folks as best we can, but I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. War is a damn bloody mess.
As always has been, always will be.
You'd know better than anyone. I can't say I approve of you leaping into the fray, but it's always nice. Wait a second. Jada? Jada Castell? What are you doing in the middle of this?
Surviving. It's good to see you, Liviana. Unfortunately, we're on a tight schedule. Do you need anything?
Once this is over, I could always use another pair of hands at the clinic.
Thank you, but I've decided to tough it out as an animancer. On my own terms. Can you manage without me?
Are you kidding? I'm happy for you. Besides, I've got Chico on bandage duty. I just wanted you to know there's a place here whenever you want it. Gods be with you, Envoy.
Take care of yourself, Liviana. Paradise is gonna need you when the dust settles.
Wait, that was the way through?
Giving him up without a fight. Good shooting, Kai.
Paradise has really gone downhill, hasn't it?
Save game.
Demands your submission. Stand against him.
That's Ludwig ahead. Lead on. I'm with you to the end.
There you are. So, you survived the garden. Did you come all this way just to try your luck again? To kill me more efficiently than last time?
I'll fight 1,000 times if I must hunt you to the end of Eora.
Good. The battle over the Living Lands is nothing compared to the war we share. Look around, Envoy. Heelgard should have listened. He tried to bring order through compromise. He failed. Order is meant to be imposed by a stern, guiding hand.
Her order wields sharp steel. She must set down her blade.
Lands will unite and remain free.
You can tell Wodaka yourself once we've sent you back to the wheel.
Don't insult my intelligence or my commitment to the cause. Treaties can be burned. The hands which shook over whatever deal you struck can be lopped off at the wrist. As for you, Sapadal's chains are broken, which means your soul is in their grasp. I don't know how deeply you've been compromised, Envoy. And if I don't know, then I cannot suffer you to live.
Sounds like you've made up your mind about me.
Judgment has been passed. Now comes the sentence. Steel yourself, Envoy. Make this a fight to remember, even in death.
We would not welcome her death. There is still ample shade for her beneath our tree.
You will. You must. You have no choice. Face me and die with honor. Or fall to your knees and die as a coward. How you die doesn't matter, but you will die. Every vestige of Sapadal must be wiped from this earth. The burned queen demands it.
We are a challenge to her authority. She is afraid of what we mean.
If Warwick is as powerful as they have, why doesn't she kill me herself?
The burned queen doesn't need to sully her power with mortal concerns. Not when she can rely on me. I will pursue her ambitions until my bones grind themselves to dust. While you are little more than a nursemaid to your diseased false god. Hear me, Envoy. I am the avatar of the burned queen, the goddess of retribution. I am her sword arm, her will in the world. And so long as I can fight, I will be her champion.
But she failed to ensnare the living lands, and we are free. How long until Wodaka finds a new avatar?
Again and again, and in the end, you failed her.
Temporary setbacks. The war for the living lands can still be won. And if I must stand alone against you, the militia, and every farmer you've given a sword, then I will. I will die 1,000 times for my queen, if that's what she desires. I've done all that I could. She sees that. She must. I believed we were alike, Envoy. That when the time came for you to prove your loyalty, you would choose Adir. I believed the dream of our future, of our resurgent empire, would move you as it does me. And if that failed, I believed the Burn Queen would stop you. Yet here you stand before me, my enemy, unopposed by the gods. Why?
The worm of doubt gnaws at her soul. Where was Wonica when she needed her most? Where is she now?
Warwick truly believed in you, she would have made you her godlike.
A faith that demands constant proof is a faith unworthy of the name. My goddess is my life. My devotion to her has no limit. There is no suffering for her I will not endure. For years I told myself this. Despite her long silences, her censure, the pain. I don't deserve better. I don't.
I can't do anything else.
Let's finish this then. Kill me as no one ever has. Hold nothing back. Give it your all and destroy me.
There's no coming back this time. Prepare yourself for the next world.
Let's finish this. Together.
Once I'm done killing you, your god of blood.
We are every seed in the soil. We will always grow.
Prepare. No port.
Oh, the sound's glitched.
Wherever Ludwig is now, she must be seething.
Of course, we'd be happy to kill her again, if needed.
She's done. We're not. Whatever's next, we'll face it. Together.
Gods, you're all gonna make me sick. But carry on.
Unraveled at last. We no longer feel her wire against our flesh. We are free always. We are free forever.
Silence falls over Paradise, as though the city is holding its breath. Then you hear it, the ringing of a distant bell, the waving of banners, and cheers of victory. After a short and bloody conflict, the dust has finally begun to settle. You feel Sapadal close to your thoughts, stirring with interest. The god of the living lands is observing this moment, unfettered by confusion or fear. For the first time in centuries, they understand. The Paradise militia rallies to you, the outsider who defended them in their hour of need. Whatever happens next, you have won their confidence. You take a moment to reflect on the calm. Not so long ago, you arrived at these shores on a simple errand, which turned out to be anything but simple. The Dream Scourge is over, and the island has been cleansed of plague. A time of healing and mourning follows. People look to you for answers about the source of the affliction. You tell them the truth, how the plague came from a power beyond mortal understanding, and how it is finally at peace. Thanks to you, the Living Lands has escaped Adiran oppression. The free settlements unite under a common banner and begin the fraught process of negotiating new traditions and values. The Empire withdraws. The frontier remains wild, but not for long. Fugitives no more. The rebels of Paradise return to their home and to other free settlements, bringing their skills and secrets wherever needed. For once, they have a future. The refugees of Emerald Stair find a cold welcome in the city of Paradise. Animancy is frowned upon, but their knowledge of agriculture is highly valued. The first bountiful harvest improves relations. In time, the people of Emerald Stair return to their city of Fior Messiverno. Research yields new developments in the struggle against nature. Technology is shared among the united settlements. The Empire cannot get in the way of progress. Though free, Shatterscarp is still haunted by the surviving Dream Thralls after the destruction of Naku Kubel. The routine hunt for the remaining monsters becomes part of Thirdborn's everyday life. Another chore atop a hard-scrabble existence with few comforts. The youthful make a game of the hunt, retrieving artifacts from the dead to return to those they left behind. Solace Keep clings to its long-held isolation at first. But after mourning her friend Kostya, Mihala reluctantly deigns to open the doors of the fortress. Some dwarves greet newcomers with glee. Others still mutter darkly about outsiders. Mihala flounders in her earliest negotiations with the rest of the Living Lands, but slowly learns compromise. She develops a taste for Valian sweets. When Kai leaves the Living Lands, he is no longer running. For the first time in many years, he can face the future. He returns to Rawatai, committed to peace for his people, those he left in Rawatai, as well as those he found in the Living Lands. He joins the Ranganui's council, counterbalancing powerful voices of isolationism and hawkishness. It is a long and difficult battle, and he is happy to fight it. With many of his anxieties and lifelong fears addressed, Marius now feels very differently than he did when he first met the envoy. Still far more comfortable in the wilds than among people, he nonetheless finds that his worries about the unknown were merely self-protection against the traumas of his childhood. Armed with this knowledge, he finds himself more capable of living in civilization, and far less fearful of his home in Galawain's tusks. While he never regains his former place as a warden of Solace, he spends his time traveling between Solace and Thirdborn, acting as a stubborn ambassador between the two. Giada continues to improve as an animancer. She dedicates her work to the spiritual health of the living lands, nurturing instead of exploiting. Others follow her example, seeking her tutelage from lands far and wide. In the years to come, rumors spread of a secret society gathering in the wilderness, where animancers work in harmony with nature. The dream of Fiornes Iverno lives on in her. In a past life, Yatsley was given a task: protect the history and knowledge of the godless. Now, many lifetimes later, she continues upholding that oath. She moves into the library in the garden, spending her days poring over the clay tablets there. But not even the letters from, and rare visit to, her lover help ease the loneliness that fills her days. Freed from torment for the first time in centuries, Sopadal turns their prodigious curiosity to the people that shaped them. They observe the ways their people live, and they think deeply about what they see. Though they flinch away from moments of violence, and they grieve souls returned to them too soon, the rage that once shook cities to rubble no longer rules them. Instead, they come to you with questions. They want to understand. After a time, they begin tentatively to garden. Where they can, they improve the lives of Kith, and the suffering that troubled them is reduced, if never fully eradicated. Their grief compels them to love, and they love unreservedly, with the power of a god. Sopadal pours a fragment of their power into the statue they claimed from the temple of Aethys. Newly embodied, they roam the living lands and learn to experience the world as Kith do. Their first attempts at locomotion are clumsy, and a stand of innocent trees is violently returned to the wheel. But as their confidence grows, so does their grace. Soon, they are bounding across the plains of eastern Dawnshore, leaping the river gorge in Emerald Stair, scaling the shark's teeth of Shatterscarp, and fearlessly wading into the Tusk's acid sea. When they break, they come to you to put them back together, and in time, they learn to fix themselves. They wander far afield. You see less of them, but they are never far from your thoughts, and on the rare occasion they return, they always bring you something beautiful and strange. The sounds of celebration pull you out of reverie. Many are waiting to greet you with open arms. You take a moment to catch your breath and savor it, because everything is about to change.
And that is Avowed. Let's see, give my thoughts on this quickly, precisely. So the beginning of the game, pretty good. It's a pretty good romp. It's fun. It's intriguing. The mystery of solving a murder, very good. Very well done. Once you get to the second zone's better. It's good. Second zone is still good, but once you get to the third zone, like Shatterscarp and the Tusks, it starts to feel like it's dragging a lot, and then you start to feel some of the negatives that people say, that this game does drag a lot, and it feels like you're doing the same thing over and over again. It absolutely 100% feels like that once you get to the third and fourth zones. The garden, you definitely feel like it definitely starts to feel like it picks up and goes up a bit more once it's in the garden. Then to the fourth, then to like the final battle, it definitely goes back up again. Cause yeah, so you got the So I'm gonna do it like this. You got Paradise, then you got Fior, which is kind of like that. Then you got Shadowscarp. Then you got Solace, and you got the Garden, and you got the final battle. Kind of goes like that. So it's like got a very long, drawn out middle part of the game, which you definitely 100% feel. You feel every bit of that drawn outness. And at the start, you think this is like a good 8.5, 10 out of 10 game. But it kind of lands more like a 7.5 out of 10 game because of that lull. Because those final, like, the final third of the game is like a sprint, so that really doesn't put in perspective of what you do in the middle part of the game, that's solacing during Shadowscarp and the tasks. It's like a drawn out thing, and it greatly hinders the game. I wish the companions had more to say and more to do. I wish they had more side quests, because it's really only Kai and Marius that have a side quest, while Giada and Yahtzee have like, they have sort of like side things going on, but you decide what they want to do through dialogue, which kind of draws your, like, you're trying to relate to your companions and trying to grow towards more of them, but don't feel that with them since you're doing all this during the campaign. You mean you do solve Yarsee's predicament of where she wants to be, and how you solve Giada's resolution and her forgiveness of what happened to her parents. But that's all done throughout the main campaign. It's not done through side quests or anything like that. While Marius and Kai are all side quest objectives. So you feel more attached to Kai and Marius while doing their side quests, and you grow to learning them more and more of their pain that they're suffering. But yeah, it's a good 7.5 out of 10 game. That's as much as I can say about it. Will I jump back in and play this again? Probably not. Probably not. It's very drawn out, and you definitely feel it. Let's see where this left off. Hey. It literally just drops us off there. Okay. So yeah, not much to do after that game. So not much to do. Not much to do. Okay. So stream tomorrow. We'll be doing South by Midnight. We're looking forward to doing that stream. I'm very much looking forward to it. We're gonna do as much as we can of it. But yeah, I'm very much looking forward to playing it, and I hope you're very much looking forward to me playing it. Also, if you are new, be sure to leave a follow on my Twitch channel. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel where these VODs will be uploaded. I just got to get around to doing it. But I'm gonna once again thank you all guys. Thank you all for joining a part of Avowed. Another game knocked off the list of a full entire stream done of it. And yeah, I'm knocking these games off. It's just going to be very hard to do it from these next couple months. You got South by Midnight, Clear Obscure 33, do not much in June, July, and August. There's a reprieve there, which is very good. Very good. That's very good to have. But yeah, I want to thank you all guys for joining in. Be sure to tune in tomorrow for another stream. But I'm Kyle Tander, and I'll catch you later.